Hello and welcome to Tommy Talks TV. I have one singular goal with this show, and that is to help you make smarter decisions so that you can have better relationships. I'd like to start as usual by saying a very big thank you. Thank you for all your likes, all your shares, all your comments on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. I really, really appreciate you because you're helping us spread the message further faster. So thank you very much indeed. And I'd really like to say that if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'd really encourage you to go over to YouTube and subscribe to my channel because I upload a video every week, and if you click the subscribe button and the notifications button, you will never miss a video that I release anymore. Right, so right into today's discussion. Today I'd like to answer another one of your questions, and it goes like this. I have been in a relationship for 3 years now, and we love each other very much. My family is fine with the relationship, and my fiance's dad and siblings do not have a problem with me. The issue is his mum. She's not happy that her son wants to marry me because of where I come from. My fiance has worked hard to persuade her to accept our relationship. She finally accepted since she realized that it was what would make her son happy. I was on a video call with my fiance recently, and he jokingly asked me to say hello to his mom, but she rejected the phone. This has been a source of concern for me. I have not met his mom yet, and neither have I ever spoken to her. How should I handle this situation? My girlfriend is telling me to call off the relationship, but I love him so much and he loves me. And that's a very challenging place to find yourself in. It is not uncommon. I've counseled lots of people who find themselves in this sort of situation. And I would say that you are right to be concerned about your potential mother-in-law's opposition to your relationship because not being accepted by the family that you are marrying into could be a source of problems in your future marriage. So it is important that you cultivate good relationships on both sides of the family because your families should be a support network for your future home. That's really, really important. But having said that, I think it's too soon for you to give up on the relationship. She's just recently accepted, the relationship, and she's not yet had the opportunity to meet you. Many times I find that people hold on to their prejudices and their assumptions about people until they actually meet the person that they were prejudiced against, and suddenly they discover that the person is not what they assumed. So, what I would really suggest is that don't give up too soon. You have a good thing going for you in this relationship. Don't give up so easily. Since your fiance's mother has just accepted the relationship, give her time. Give her time to get accustomed to the idea and make it your mission to win her over. I've seen many couples go through this process. Sometimes it takes time. But you see, if you are persistent in being loving and forgiving, with time, you may be able to win her over. One of the advantages you have is that his father and his siblings are, also in support of the relationship. So that's, a pretty good position. Your fiance will be very important in this process because he will know what it takes to win his mother over. He will know what she likes. He will know what she's likely to respond to. So I'd strongly encourage you to tap into his advice on what you can do to show her love and, just demonstrate that you're not a threat to her. It's important that you have, a positive attitude towards this whole thing because at the end of the day, what I always feel is that most of the time when you find that someone else's family are opposing the relationship, most of the time they're not doing it out of malicious intent. They're just doing it because they care about the person. They want to secure the person's future. So it's helpful when you think about that because that kind of helps you to deal with some of the feelings of rejection that come along with these sorts of situations. So I would say that, as soon as possible, your fiance should arrange for you to meet his family, including his mom. You've been in a relationship for 3 years now. If you really want to start planning for marriage, then, it's about time that you met his family. And that will give you an opportunity to try to build a relationship with her. And approach the meeting with an open heart. Choose to be loving, even if you get a cold reception initially. And then, after you've met her, follow up potentially maybe with a phone call or, with a message, whichever she prefers, and try to see if you can gradually build a relationship with her. And, during that process, you've really got to choose not to be offended by her attitude and to consistently walk in love. It may be that she will see your genuine effort to build a relationship with her, and she will come to accept you with time. Well, someone is probably thinking, so what if she refuses to accept me and she's absolutely adamant that I'm not the one for her son? I would say that in that kind of situation, you need to seriously assess the risks of going ahead with the marriage. Sometimes people do it. My strong advice would be that you should proceed with caution, because you don't want to find yourself in a situation where there are continuing issues between you and your mother-in-law, and your husband becomes the referee, because ultimately that will lead to a very deeply uncomfortable position for him, and he will feel like he has divided loyalties. So it's not usually a situation that I advise people to walk into lightly, because it will be a constant drain on your home. Sometimes when you find a situation where maybe the man is not too close to his family, and the rest of the family is in strong support, and maybe they realize, okay, well, the mother just tends to be difficult, and maybe she's constantly saying no to multiple people and all that, and then just say, well, I've just got to go ahead, regardless and all that. Sometimes those kinds of situations occur. I think it's very, very important in that kind of situation to assess, what kind of position your future husband, is likely to take in the future. If you find yourself in a situation where his mother is in constant opposition, because that could be a potential issue. If he's someone that recognizes that, based on the biblical order of things, the Bible says, "Therefore shall a man leave his father and mother and join his wife, or cleave to his wife; the two shall become one flesh." If he realizes that the marriage relationship must take precedence over any other relationship that he has, including a relationship with his parents, and if he's grounded in that kind of thing, and you feel like maybe he's someone that can actually place the appropriate boundaries around your marriage, then it may be something that you consider. But you've got to really, really be careful if you're walking into that kind of situation, because you don't want to find yourself in a situation where your husband feels like his attention is divided, or his loyalty is divided, and it becomes a constant issue in the future. So think about it very seriously before you choose to go ahead under those circumstances. But I want to believe that if you make up your mind and you really put a lot of effort into your relationship with your future mother-in-law, you may very well win her over at the end of the day. So I hope this has helped you. If this has helped you, then please leave me a message on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, or wherever it is you're watching. And if you've got a question you would like me to answer, then head on over to tommytalks.com/ask, and I'll answer your question next time. See you next time. Bye bye.